On September 14th, 2023, Minecraft Java's largest server rolled out a huge update that introduced several changes to its arcade lobby. Most notably, this update unveiled the addition of the prototype game The Dropper, and a complete revamp of the lobby's layout. In this video, we're going to explore the different changes and the impact of these changes on Hypixel's player base. So first off, obviously the most notable change in this update was the brand new lobby. While the nostalgia associated with the old lobby is undeniable, the fresh design of the new lobby has its own charm. One cool feature that I like is these mini arcade machines where you can play Snake. Wow, these are so fun. This update also breathed some life into the Dropper, which you can see by the player count. The Dropper is a classic minigame that's been around since Minecraft's earliest days, with the likes of iBallistic Squid, Stampy, popular MMOs, and more playing this game mode. One of the most significant changes is the implementation of the arcade mode rotation. Hypixel's explanation for this change was the desire to enhance the overall experience for new players. In the previous lobby, there were 2 rows of NPCs which were each dedicated to their own respective game modes, and this sometimes resulted in like a crowded and overwhelming environment. However, in the new layout, there's only 3 main NPCs in the center, which features arcade's most popular games, which are party games, zombies, and the Dropper. These games have consistently attracted a large player base, so it does make sense why Hypixel decided to keep these 3 NPCs in the middle permanent. However, for games with fewer players, the update appears to have put them in a less prominent position, which I will get to in a second. Hypixel's official forum post claims that 3 of the 4 NPCs will rotate through a list of games with medium popularity, while the 4th NPC rotates through the small player base games. However, I don't really understand which games are supposed to be the medium popularity games and which are supposed to be the smaller base games, because just look at all these games. Every single one is dead. The current state of all the non-feature games right now, to put it simply, is that they're again dead. Currently, all these games are tucked into one NPC off to the right side of the lobby, which seemingly is disconnected from everyone's interests. But is this update really bad? In my opinion, it's kind of a trade-off. On one hand, it enhances the visibility of these lesser known games that might have been overlooked by new players. The rotation system allows each game to have its own time in the spotlight, so to speak, which should theoretically reduce the queue times when a game is featured. This is especially beneficial for games with a low player count. However, some games are only featured 1 to 2 times a week, which reduces their overall playtime. So essentially, we've traded the ability to queue for an unpopular arcade game week round for the option of having more players playing them once or twice a week. It's a gamble that could either revive the lesser known games or diminish their appeal. Ultimately, the impact of this update on Hypixel's arcade games remains to be seen. It could potentially draw newer players into unexplored games and breathe some life into the arcade games communities, but it may also frustrate older players who prefer the previous system, and it's just kind of annoying you can't grind a game whenever you want to. But as time goes on, we'll see whether Hypixel's strategy pays off and whether the arcade mode rotation succeed in reviving these dead games. To conclude, this update represents a significant shift in the server's approach to game accessibility. While some players may love these changes, others might find them challenging to adapt to. As the arcade community adapts to these changes, only time will reveal the true impact these changes have on its unique game modes. So how do you guys feel about this update? Do you think it was the right decision for Hypixel to do this? I'd love to hear your opinion in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 300 subscribers by the end of the month. So if you would subscribe, that would mean the world to me. I'll see you guys later. Peace.